Good morning. We are sorry for the technical difficulties today, but we are here together. Happy New Year and welcome to 2023. A new year is an opportunity to come together, to learn, and to renew our commitments to the National School District community. Thank you for joining me today for my State of the District presentation. It is now live streaming at all 10 of our schools. This morning, if you are a classified employee, you should follow the agenda that was sent out by Dr. Keppen. If you are a certificated employee, you should follow the schedule that was sent out by Miss Melanese. We may be running a little bit behind schedule, but we'll catch up in no time. After this presentation, you'll have a morning full of learning and an opportunity to come together and enjoy breakfast provided to us today by North Island and Schools First Credit Unions. As always, I like to take an opportunity to start each of my State of the District presentations with a look back at the previous year. Coming out of COVID, we have a lot of things to look forward to, and we've accomplished so much. We are now on the bright side of the road. Help me show my love. From the dark end of the street to the bright side of the road. And into this life we're born. Because sometimes I don't know why. At times it goes by so fast. In the twinkling of an eye. Let's enjoy it while we can. Let's enjoy it while we can. Help me share my love. Help me share my love. From the dark end of the street to the bright side of the road. Break it. So many memories and so many accomplishments by so many dedicated people. As you saw from the video, it is you that create the culture. It is you that add value to our district. And while we at the district set the theme each year, it is our collective contributions that bring that theme to life to create the value for those that we serve. As you know, National School District is a very special place to work. And today I want to spend my short time with you focused on how we are working together to leverage diversity as value added. And it begins with trust. Trust is built by appreciating our identities and by amplifying our abilities. Our identities are embedded in who we are. We identify by ethnicity, by gender, religion, age, orientation, occupation. Our school district is made up of students, parents, and employees. Our employees identify as certificated, classified, confidential, supervisors, and administrators. Some of you are products of the National City community, and some of us have proudly chosen to serve here. Our identities are not just in one descriptor, but a combination of descriptors that are unique to each one of us. Together, we shape the identities of our students so that they see themselves in our district and they can imagine themselves in their future occupations. To be value added, we must continue to take time to recognize our unique identities and what we individually bring to the table. Trust is also built when we embrace our abilities and what we do. Each of you have proven that you have the skills to do the job that you have by virtue of being given the position. Value added is the pride that you take in the work that you do. It is the extra time that you take to make sure that we shine. It is the work you do to make our surroundings beautiful, both inside the classroom and out. It is the decisions that you make to add that personal touch, like delivering needed materials to a school when they need them right now and not waiting for the next delivery day. It is the time that you take to teach our students to care about the world around them, and it's stopping to help someone in need. And because each new year is a time for reflection, I want to pause for a moment so that you can contemplate the following question. In what ways do you leverage your identities, or might you leverage your identities and abilities to be value added? A recent article by the Harvard Business Review reported that employees need to feel like they belong to something they value and that they have the power to bring about change when it is needed. How we work together in our district creates a culture of belonging and mattering. When we consider belonging, our words make a difference. When you enter a classroom and you are told, "You're doing great, you will succeed, I believe in you," you feel like you belong. When your office focuses on teamwork, values, communication, and celebrates together, you feel like you belong. When someone smiles at you, inspires happiness, or just says, "Hey, I'm so glad you're here," you feel like you belong. Those words, coupled with action, signals that you matter. It is honoring the contributions of specific groups like women and African Americans, and celebrating the careers of cherished employees. It is intentionally buying dolls of all ethnicities and making sure that all people are represented in the books in our libraries. These actions tell us, tell our students, you matter. Knowing that there are so many more examples in our district and so many more to come, I will pause again here with the following reflective question. How do you, or might you, create a culture of belonging and mattering for our students, colleagues, families, and community? Just take a moment and quietly ponder that in your head. Finally, I want to emphasize that creating a value-added culture in our district is a collective effort that we all must embrace. Sometimes we are leaders in this effort, and sometimes we are learners. Every day in our district, we have an opportunity to listen and receive input. We have committees, task forces, and roundtables for staff, parents, and students. We can proactively solicit feedback through conversations, surveys, and written correspondence. When we listen, we have an opportunity to hear diverse perspectives and adjust when necessary. Recently, several members of my student roundtable shared one thing that made them feel valued at school. Let's listen to what they had to say.
When I'm included at recess. When people treat me how I treat them. I get recognized for something that I did amazing.
Get an award or get recognized by my teachers for doing good work at school.
When I get called for peace builder.
I get called for student of the month.
This is kind words to me. I have value-added awards like Good Citizen.
My friends and I get accepted.
I get a law slip for doing something good.
My friends compliment my art and drawings.
We have events that recognize the kids.
Our teacher has gatherings for us. People come to me for help.
Such great insight in less than a minute. This coming year, I challenge each of you to ask more questions of those you serve, especially our students, and carefully consider the feedback you receive. Because how we respond is equally important. Our responses are our opportunity to be value added to the district. Imagine giving input regarding the space outside your classroom or the need for a handicap accessible sink, and then seeing that input implemented. Think about how you approach when you approach a colleague when they give you their undivided attention. Reflect on the importance of switching practice when we need to focus more on school safety or putting students in control of their learning. When we adjust and implement this input, that is value added. And value added things must be celebrated. It can be as simple as a certificate of recognition all the way to a red carpet event. We can celebrate in different ways, both formally and informally. If you're lucky, you may even have someone stop by your office to give you an ice cream just to say thanks for being here. Or you can find yourself in an impromptu flash mob dance. Regardless of their form, celebrations can be organized by anyone wanting to add value and recognize the accomplishments of others. Which brings me to the last of our New Year's reflective questions. How will you, or might you, be value added in 2023? I'll give you a few moments to think about that. When we as a staff are committed to adding value to our district, it reinforces our core values of children first, relationships matter, and whatever it takes. It opens doors to strong partnerships with our parent groups like PTA, School Site Council, ELAC, DLAC, and DPAC. It extends after-school opportunities for reach and music. It enhances learning programs like Olivewood Gardens, Ocean Connectors, and the Stein Farm. And it strengthens our connection to the city, our community groups, and our service organizations. When we are committed to being value added to our district, we add value to our students and their futures. In 2023, we will be redesigning our enrichment opportunities to include a focus on the San Diego workforce and the future career opportunities for our students, for our future engineers, our future chefs, and whatever their future dreams hold. And when we are committed to being value added to our district, we can have a collective impact, not just in our district, but also in our national city community and the world. You might remember that in 2020, when the pandemic hit, we had just introduced a focus on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. In 2023, you will see that focus come back with our student roundtable launching an awareness campaign at each of our sites. I hope that you will do whatever you can to embrace them and support them in this effort. I'd like to end by saying thank you for all that you do to be value added to our National School District. Let's continue to do great things. And with that, I'd like to invite you to continue with your morning of learning, and hopefully we'll see you all at breakfast. Have a great day, everyone.